Hey guys, this is Leo.
And this is D.
And we're about to go see a random movie.
Yeah.
And we have this movie theater all to ourselves because it's under construction. Look at this.
It's gonna be really great, guys. We're gonna watch it as the construction workers are working outside. It'll be glorious. I love it.
Yeah, gotta love that noise.
It'll be great. So yeah, we're doing something different today. We, instead of like picking a movie to watch, we're actually gonna do a random choice from one of these 6 movies. We're gonna roll for it, and then we're just gonna watch it and then review it for you guys. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Hopefully we don't roll one of the crappy ones.
Hello, can I have one mystery movie, please?
Sure. Here's your list.
Okay.
And here's the die.
Thank you. All right, let's roll a good one. Passengers.
Passengers it is. So guys, you saw we just rolled Passengers and we just saw that thing.
This is the perfect reaction to the entirety of Passengers. The premise is simple enough, right? It's a ship that is traveling towards a new planet, and Jim Preston, played by Chris Pratt, wakes up for no goddamn reason and tries to figure out why he's woken up by himself when the rest of the colony around him is hibernating. Then Jennifer Lawrence, who plays Aurora, joins him, and then together they sort of try to figure out this problem, which is why have they woken up 90 years before they actually land on the planet?
You know what, D?
Oh no.
I hate this movie. This movie is horrible. Do you know what science they got right in this movie?
What?
The design of the ship, that's it. You know, you have this, kind of this string-like thing with these sides that are rotating. That's the only thing they got right as far as the science goes. Because the centrifugal force of that rotation causes artificial gravity. You know what they did wrong in this movie? They literally have moments where the artificial gravity goes off. There is no going off. The spinning of the ship is what causes the artificial gravity. In order for the gravity to go off, that spinning would have to stop. You would literally have to slow it down to the point that it stops. You would have this gradual loss. You wouldn't just have this rapid running around and boom, the gravity's gone. No! And then they show the engine. They show, this is not a plane. This is a spaceship. When you leave the planet, the engine would accelerate you to whatever speed you're going to, and then you would shut it off. It would just go at that cruising speed. It's called Newton's first law. Once you're at that speed, you just go at that speed. The engine would not turn back on until you'd have to decelerate because you're landing. That's it. Can I get into the fact that they say this thing goes at 50% the speed of light, and Chris Pratt just goes outside, and he's looking and he sees this No! When you're going that fast, the laws of relativity kick in. You would not see the universe the way you'd see it normally, just standing around.
Yep.
And it just goes on and on and on and on. I hate this movie so much.
Despite the fact that this is a science fiction movie, it lacks a lot of the science that's needed to make the movie work. I expect some of this to be believable or real enough, reasonable, and a lot of science is very convenient in here, and it seems forced.
If I tell you a joke, like a really funny joke, you would laugh, right? If the joke was funny enough. What happens if Dee puts a gun in my head and then I tell you the joke? Would you still laugh? Probably not, because you'd be looking at that gun. They throw comedy into this movie. You're not gonna laugh because you're thinking about what a messed up situation this guy's in. They throw romance in this movie. The whole time you're thinking, what a messed up situation they're in. This movie doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it a drama? Is it a science fiction movie? Is it a comedy? Is it a romance? They explore all these different things. It doesn't work. It's a wide mix of these things, and the whole time it's like, ha ha ha, can you laugh at my joke? Ha ha ha. No. It just walks all over logic. If you go logical at any point in this movie, you won't have a movie because common sense has been trampled on in order to make this movie work. Jennifer Lawrence's character has a past. They wonderfully develop her. She's an interesting character. They do nothing with Chris Pratt. He's basically Bob McBland. There's no backstory. There's no nothing. They don't even let Chris Pratt be Chris Pratt. He has to do serious drama. He doesn't work in this movie. And what's worse is the romance. He said it's creepy. I'm gonna go into that because I'm not okay with this premise. Literally, he wakes up, he has to go a year without anyone, all by himself, and then he sees Jennifer Lawrence's character. He falls in love with her instantly. After like months of stalking her, he decides to wake her up. Then he lies to her about waking up. He deceives her. He asks her out on a date. He sleeps with her. This is a man who lies and deceives to sleep with the woman. I am not okay with this premise, especially because this is the protagonist. I'm supposed to root for the protagonist. I can't root for this. Like, this is awful. And what's worse is they botched the ending. Like, at least you could have been like, this is a story about redemption. Guy wakes up, guy does a horrible thing, guy self-sacrifice for the greater good, he redeems his character. But no, he doesn't die, he saves everyone, he lives, and then he gets the girl at the end. How does he get the girl in the end? Like if someone raped you, D, would you go back to them? Would you go back to them?
Why would she do that?
I don't get this movie. Guys, I hate this movie. I'm giving it a 20 out of 100. There's a few things I like. I like Jennifer Lawrence's acting. She's great in this. I like some of the visuals the director went with, like Chris Pratt growing a beard. But I can't buy the rest of the premise. The science is wrong. The logic isn't there. I can't root for the main character. It is creepy as hell. 20. Damn. I'm done.
This is like a 50 at best. It's not a movie that I think is worth watching. Because I think movies should like at least try and get you to feel good or have an emotional reaction. And this movie just kind of just makes you upset that you wasted 2 hours on it. Never watch Passengers ever. You know when would be a good time to watch Passengers? When you're in hibernation migrating to Mars. You can put it on while you're asleep.